everybody, and welcome to Indie Corner TV. I'm your host, Jonathan Moody. I'm here with
Dana Snyder.
And you are most known for?
A lot of my charitable work in Africa, but also the voice of Master Shake on Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
Now,
or Dr. Colosso on the Thundermans.
Nice. So how do you get into being like a voice actor?
No idea. If you ask me, go to college with Ashley Ward, who went to high school with Dave Willis, and then I auditioned and got in it. But the point of that is everyone has a different strange story of how everyone I know who's in voiceover all got in it in very different ways.
Okay, so nowadays it's kind of like...
Wait a minute. Here. Hold on, let me hold this for a second. I have a big question. Chris, are you the camera person? Did you give it the camera nod? Okay. You're the ace cub reporter of this operation, correct?
Correct.
And yet you have a director hat on.
Yes, I do.
Should say reporter. See? I'm turning the tables on this interview. The interviewer is now the interviewee.
True.
And you got your passes hiding up your advertising there.
I know, I thought about that.
You gotta move that.
Doing that.
See? Look at that. Now people know what they're watching.
Yeah.
You're welcome. You're welcome. I know where you're going with this.
Yes, definitely.
Oh, I'm gonna cover it up again. All right, fair enough.
Well, I'll take it off. Just make you feel comfortable.
There you go. See, I don't get one. They don't give me one.
They don't give you one?
So, how long you been doing this for?
Oh, dear Lord, for 10 years.
And who's your primary viewer base?
Right now it's YouTube, and I've done a lot of things on like Blog Talk Radio and things like that.
But who's your target audience?
People who love indie film and or just movies in general and TV.
Very good. I can talk to you about the indie film I'm involved with.
Well, actually, let's go back to that. Let me start interviewing you now, again.
You started, but
okay. Let's. What indie film do you have going on right now?
I co-wrote a movie called Supercon, which is essentially like the Italian Job at a Comic-Con, primarily trying to rob the main star, who's a real jerk. Like, imagine like the worst version of Adam West or William Shatner. So they decide to rob his money. They're other like sort of has-beens, TV has-beens, who decide to rob, which all from my experience coming to these kind of conventions. But there's a lot of great people in it. Maggie Grace from Lost, and she's the girl in all the Taken movies. She's always under the bed. And Ryan Quanten, who was in True Blood. He's one of the guys with abs, constantly showing. And Russell Peters, who's a pretty big comedian. And then you get to the big guns. Mike Epps is in it, who plays the crooked promoter. Also, Clancy Brown, who's in Highlander, and the voice of Mr. Krabby Patties on SpongeBob. He's like the shitty William Shatner guy.
Right.
And then the guy who plays like the Stan Lee type character who created this beloved thing is John Malkovich.
Whoa, you got John Malkovich in your movie?
Yes.
What was it like directing him?
Well, I didn't direct it.
Oh, you didn't direct it. Okay,
I
you just
wrote it.
you
I
wrote
co-wrote it.
Okay.
Yes.
So what was it like having him like in a movie that you had
I mean, like watching him say words that you wrote is a pretty profound experience, especially when the words he was saying, especially not only that, but he read the script and he really liked it, which is why he wanted to do it. We kept going like, he really liked it? John Malkovich read our script? Like that alone would be something strange enough. But there's like, oh, can I have more lines? I'm like, yeah, we'll write more stuff. It's pretty exciting. Yeah.
That's awesome.
And apparently I wasn't there, but for most of the shooting. But Zach, one of the guys I co-wrote it with, but he also directed it. He was like, his script. There's a reason he's John Malkovich, because his script just covered in notes. Like you almost couldn't see the margins because he wrote so much stuff in the script. And I was like, yeah, I'd love to see that. Like, what are his notes about other than, why would I say this? These are stupid. You know what I mean? Like, oh, it's pretty great.
That's awesome.
Yeah, very excited.
Now, like going from that, and before you had your work in Aqua Teen Hunger Force and everything, like did that help prepare you for all the other adventures that you've done?
Oh, sure. I mean, I'm sure everybody would. Everything you do prepares you for everything else. I mean, or I guess you learn from it. I don't know, but I was going to say, like, I guess you do something you don't know if something you haven't done before. I guess there's no way to prepare it, but
Right.
no. I mean, everything I do, I owe to Aqua Teen Hunger Force. I mean, even that movie we wrote I could track it all the way back to getting in Aqua Teen, always, because I mean that was like my thing into show business. So I mean, like TV and stuff. I did theater. That's all I would do plays everywhere. That's all I did, and work at the bookshop in New York.
Yeah, definitely.
Fulfilling, but not as exciting as this
Yeah.
stuff is.
So how many comic conventions have you been to?
I haven't been to that many. I mean, my friends have one that's going to be in Raleigh, and they do one in Miami that I go to almost all the time. But that's really the only I've probably been to, on two hands I could count how many other ones I've been to, I bet. Like I've been to Albuquerque once. I went to this one. This is the first time I've been here. I've been to not that many. I mean, over the past like 4 years, I've probably been to 12, not counting the Miami ones, the Florida ones, because I go to those. He does 3 a year, so I'll go. He has like 2 small shows and then a bigger show, so I go to those ones.
Okay, I have one last question for you because I know you got some time. I don't want to like.
Yeah. Turn around. Turn around.
Turn around, Chris.
Do the classic camera. Yeah, they're all in line. For me. All right. Anyway.
Well, anyway, I mean, sure, some people, might have saw
I don't
you were
mind.
busy, but
That's
it's don't want to hold you up from potential.
Yeah.
Anyway, I have a question though. Like, how does one decide what kind of voice you want to put onto a character?
Well, you just decide. I mean,
decide?
sometimes it'll tell you like he's old and has a gravelly. We're looking for something low and rough and gravelly, so that's what you do. But I mean, like when I did the Penguin, because I do the Penguin and Batman stuff, all they said was like we wanted to sound he's real snobby, like we want him to sound like he's real elitist. So I was like, oh, I'll make him sound like Mr. Hal. I sort of do. My version of Penguin is like Mr. Hal from Gilligan's Island with that Brahmin, like that thing, but then also with like dirty, like sort of Mark Hamill jokery, kind of like gravelly, oh, you're such a boy, like that kind of weird, and Danny DeVito. But I mean, it's all just about, everybody has different, you think about how, because sometimes you have stuff like this guy, like it doesn't indicate it, but I mean, you might look at this and like, oh, it clearly has a speech impediment because he's got these horns in his mouth and it's
Right.
you just got to use your imagination.
Good.
Or sometimes I'll think like, I'm going to do just like a weird, fucked up imitation of someone I know in real life, but that they will not know I'm imitating them, but totally that's how I do this voice. You know what I mean?
That's how I see them in my head, so I'm gonna, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
And what? Well, you said your indie project that you're doing. Is there anything else that people should look out for you on?
Sure. Season 3 just ended of Your Pretty Face is Going to Hell. We're about to do season 4. That's on Adult Swim, live action.
Oh man, I've seen some clips of that show. Like I've seen some of it, and it's really funny.
Most of you can certainly watch at least 1 or 2 episodes free on the internet. On adultswim.com they have them. But yeah, there's new Venture Brothers episodes coming out. There's another season of Disney Pickle and Peanut. We're ramping up for possible series finale of the Thundermans. But we've done 3 series finales before, so might be back from the living again.
Oh.
I'm trying to think what else. Who knows?
Who knows?
Other stuff.
Everything that comes out. Just
People
look
that
for you on.
No one cares, and they can look it up anyway if they wanted to.
So how can people reach you? Like how can people find you on the internet?
The internet. You mean, should I tell them how to work the internet?
Well, like
a keyboard. Find
uh,
a computer that has internet access, and then type the name in. Oh, you like my Twitter handle and stuff?
Yeah, I would probably like a Twitter handle.
What
or...
is it? At Dana Snyder.
Okay.
I just looked.
Did you need to look for that? Like, did you?
No, I just typed it right in.
Okay.
Got it. Scored. At Dana Snyder. Yeah, that's Twitter. I think we have a Facebook, but I never go on Facebook.
You never go on Facebook?
It posts through Twitter, giving the illusion that I check it, but I do not. Don't fool yourself. That, yeah.
So what if somebody like responds to me but after I've like sent you a message? Should I be worried?
No, it probably will be me, and it's one of two things. You either did it the day before I checked it, or I'm responding to you from 3 months ago. It's either one of those two time frames.
There you go.
About every 3 months. 4 times a year, I check it.
Just to make sure you're not missing something?
Oh, no, I know I'm missing pretty much everything. But that's pretty much why I do it.
All right. Well, thank you so much for taking the time
I
out of your
appreciate
busy
it.
schedule. to
And
come out here.
on behalf of my interview,
Okay.
I wanted to thank you for giving us time today.
You're very welcome.
For Indie Corner TV, on behalf of me, Dana Snyder, thanks for watching, and give to our Patreon page, and also donate on our Facebook, and so we can make more indie movies.
Exactly.
Correct?
That's correct.
Where can they find you?
Indie Corner TV on pretty much Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and YouTube.
And do you have a channel?
Yes, on YouTube we have a channel.
Okay,
And I will email you and not expect a response for 3 months.
there you go.
There you go.
You'll get it. You won't get it. You won't get it. I'm going to check it tonight, so do it tomorrow, and it'll be 3 months.
Okay, all right. I'll check in 3 months. I'll let you
Yes,
know.
perfect. Write a question that needs to be answered in 3 months.
Okay.
Like, not a timely question.
Not something
My house
like.
is on fire. Can you please come over? And that's going to be. It'll be burned to the ground if that happens.
How about I plan to burn my house down in
3 months.
3 months.
That's there. You're getting somewhere.
All right,
See, that's
okay.
how to do it.
I'm catching
that will
on.
work perfectly.
Well, thank you so much, Dana. You're a pleasant guy to just talk to.
Well, I appreciate it. As are you.
All right. You guys have a good one, and on behalf of both of us.
Let's talk together.
Okay.
On behalf of both of us,
thank
thanks
you
for watching Indie Corner TV.
Bye.
Whoa.